Away you go, young man.
Thank you so much.
The table is yours. Okay. Let's just pretend it's yesterday and you're reading it for the first time. Off we go.
You don't know anything about it.
No.
This interview is with Ron Hynes, a well-known songwriter and musician from Newfoundland who has received many music awards throughout his career. Mr. Hynes has also wrote the music for one of Johnny Burke's songs, Old Brown Daughter, and starred in a play that was written about the music of Johnny Burke. Hello, Ron.
Hi, Jack. How you doing?
Calling Ron today, there's a lot of familiarity there. When did you start writing songs, and how many do you think you've written?
I started writing songs when I was probably as old as you are now, because I have an uncle who's fascinated with songs. He was fascinated with country music and Irish music and folk songs and stuff. And his name was Thomas O'Neill, and his nickname was Sonny. Later on, I wrote a song about it. But he inspired me to write this. He inspired me with a love of this song that I wrote was probably a Mother's Day. I couldn't tell you. In some box, in some bag, in some basement of my life.
Do you have a favorite one, do you think?
Do I have a favorite song that I've written?
Yeah.
No, I would say that the favorite song that I have is the one that I'm about to write. Because you always think that your best work is ahead of you. That's kind of a rule of thumb for a songwriter, is to always think that your best work is ahead of you. And because, like, let's just say that I said, okay, Atlantic Blue is my best work. Well, if that was my best work, why didn't I stop then? You know, obviously, if that's to be my best work, then what's the point of writing anymore? That's the best I can do. So I always have to think that the best work is the song that's about to come. How's that for an answer?
That's a very
Brilliant,
good.
right?
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
That deserves applause. That's a great answer.
Alright, so, where's I now? What do you think you like about folk music?
Well, I like the fact that it tells stories. I like the fact that it's mostly, most folk music is probably true story. You know, especially narrative stuff is probably true story. Like if you take a song like Tickle Pond, for instance, where the guy's hauling wood across this frozen pond, too late in the year, and the horse sinks down through the ice, and they have to call on the Olfords and Whites to come and drag the horse out of the pond. That more than likely is a true story, written by Mark Walker from Trinity in Bonavista Vista Bay. I would say that, you know, that's based on an actual incident that actually happened. So that's what's nice about folk music, is that it's based on true stuff.
That's good, because not all of them are.
Not all of them. Not all of them are, but not the ones that aren't narrative are just basically, you know, folk songs. But I would say that the ones that tell a story probably are true stories. You want to argue the point? We could stay all day. You know? I could charge your father for this, and we could stay here for 3 hours and fight about it. What's the next question?
Have you written music for other songwriters?
I've co-written with people like my former wife, Connie Hynes, and I've written with Mary McLaughlin, and written with Terry Kelly, and written with writers in Nashville, yeah. Wow. Written with Kim Stockwood and Dabnett Doyle, and lots of people like that, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
How did you come to write the music for Old Brown Daughter by Johnny Burke?
I came to write that music because when I started researching Burke, I found a lot of his songs that were popular songs, like The Killer Was Three, She's Never Been There Before, and Trinity Cake, stuff like that. But when I came across, I wanted to have a love song in the show, just simply because I like love songs. And I came across a song called Old Brown's Daughter, and I couldn't find the melody for it anywhere. And I was researching it, and I even went to John White, who knew a lot of Johnny Burke's songs. He's passed on now, but I went and saw him then, and he couldn't remember a melody for it. So I wrote my own. Did you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, there was an ancient party at the other end of town. He keeps out at a grocery store, and the ancient's name is Brown. He has an only daughter, such a beauty I never saw. Right in your hours, don't you be the old man's son-in-law. Old Brown sells from on the shelves most anything you please. Juice harps for the little boys, lollipops and cheese. His daughter minds the store, it's a treat to see her serve. And I'd love to run away with her, but I don't have the nerve. And this old brown daughter is a proper sort of girl. Old brown daughter is as fair as any pearl. I wish I was a lord man, a marquis or an earl, and blow me if I would and not be old.
Well, he hasn't stopped talking or singing that song since yesterday. Loves it. Yeah, really loves it.
Anybody want to ask me?
Let's see. He's starting to play the Bard of Prescott Street.
Yeah.
What did you learn about Johnny Burke by doing this play?
That he was probably Newfoundland's original songwriter. That there were people in that era who did write songs, people from his time, and but I doubt that there was anybody prior to him who was right, considering the history of the island and what was going on at the time. And if there were, they weren't really common. He was a showman. He made his living as a showman. He made his living producing plays, writing songs, selling songs on the street, stuff like that. And his work has lasted up to now, to today. You know, like people still know the Television Series and Stranger Place and all those songs that he wrote. So I would say that he was arguably Newfoundland's original.
Wow.
It was hard to learn a lot about that because it's a bit of a mystery. It's a bit of a mystery. There's only one photograph
Yeah,
that
that's on
exists.
everything.
That's a photograph of the regatta committee from some year. And everybody in the picture is looking up into the camera. And Johnny Burke has his hat
Oh, nice.
as it's concealed. And that's kind of
Does he want to be in
that's kind of the showman. He wants to remain
something
he
like
wants to remain something of a mystery. He didn't want to be a member of some regatta committee. He wanted to write songs.
Was Johnny Burke a good songwriter?
Yeah, I think he was a good songwriter. His work was based on popular melodies of the day, like popular Irish tunes and stuff like that. Right? But he had a flair for lyrics. He had a flair for storytelling. He had a flair for rhyme scheme and metaphor, stuff like that. You know, he had all the talents.
because the bard is a poet, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he had all the talents of a good singer.
Who wrote that play, the bard?
We all did.
Oh, did you?
Collectively, we all did.
Oh, okay, so
The
the
cast,
that did it.
the cast,
Oh, okay.
the cast and director. So that.
Oh, okay, wow. Did you act more than just that, or did you do other acting also?
Are you interviewing me now?
Sorry. I was so curious.
Yes and no.
You're so interested.
I'm not an actor. I'm not
No.
really an actor. I don't know anything about it. I'm good at it if you leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, Jessica.
Do you think people like the music of Johnny Burke?
Some people would. Maybe for some people Johnny Burke would not be their cup of tea. I'd say anybody who's into speed metal, you know, or punk, or post-punk, or rock and roll, any kind of basic rock and roll, they probably wouldn't be a Johnny Bush fan. But anybody who's a fan of songwriting, or folklore, or the history of music in this province, they would like Johnny.
Wow, that's good. Do you think all Newfoundland folk songwriters have followed in Johnny Brooks' footsteps?
I would say no. I would not necessarily say so, no.
What is special about Newfoundland folk music?
It tells a story. It defines who we are as a people, you know, which is to say it talks about who we are, where we came from, what happened to us, why we love the life we have, you know, all those things. It defines us as people.
Alright,
Are you running out of questions? Because I'm running out of answers. Yeah, come on.
let me see. What, no. Did anyone influence you in songwriting?
Lots of people influenced me, yeah. When I was your age, I was listening to what was on the radio, you know, radio, VOCM radio at the time was playing country music, they were playing Johnny Cash and Hank Williams, and then later on they were playing, you know, the Beach Boys and Roy Orbison and Del Shannon and that kind of music, and then later on they were playing Gordon Lightfoot, Ian and Sylvia, and they were playing Bob Dylan and the Beatles and the Rolling Stones and all that British music that came over when I was like 13, 14 years old, all the American stuff. I loved the falsetto singers, people who could sing, you know, people like Roy Orbison who had that really, really high range, high falsetto range, and Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys and Del Shannon, and Frankie Valli from the Four Seasons. They were all fabulous singers. Their voices sounded like, I don't know, like they kind of dropped in from another planet. Yeah. It was a wonderful time to grow up.
Wow.
Any time that you're your age is a wonderful time to grow up.
Did Johnny Brooks just write words for
No, he wrote melody too. He didn't. I don't know that he was that way taught. I don't know that he was taught to write. Maybe he could do that a little bit, but mostly he wrote to popular melodies of the day because he wrote what were called broadsides, and they were pieces of music on a printing press with the title and the words to the song, and on the sides of the paper there were broad margins on either side, so they were popularly called broadsides. And down at the bottom, or up at the top, it would say, sung to the melody of some other song. So that when people bought that song on the street for 2 cents or 5 cents, they'd be able to know what the melody was, because it was a popular song of the day. So he would say, written to the tune of Monica Mine's Baby. And people would know that back then. I don't know it, but people knew that, the melody of that song back then, so they were able to sing that.
Uh-huh. Wow. Who was a favorite musician you have worked with in your career, do you think?
Who is what?
Who was like a favorite musician?
A favorite musician that I've worked with in my career?
Yeah.
There are a lot of them that I've worked with in my career that I really, really, really like. Sandy Morris, who's a guitar player here in the city. Sandy might be my favorite musician that I've ever worked with.
Wow.
He's just a brilliant guitar player and the finest of men.
Oh, wow. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, maybe when you're older, you will show about Sandy Morris.
Yeah.
Very proud. Nobody's done that yet.
Our history is called In the Footsteps. I feel like I'm following in Johnny Brooks' footsteps and yours by singing Old Brown Scotter in the year 2015. How have folk songs stayed around so long?
said before, they define who we are. Because they, folk songs were kind of the beginning of musical culture, as we know. So, something that powerful. With that much fascination, where you have a group of people who are that fascinated with something like that. Something like that will tend to last for a long, long time.
Wow.
So let's hope that your fascination with it lasts a long time.
And hopefully it'll stay on.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Do you think that's enough?
Yeah.
Think we found enough?
Yeah.
I do.
Go ahead.
I do too. Yeah. And I have to, see a guy about a horse.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Jack. All the best to you.
Thanks.